You can't tell me these two aren't going to be a thing at some point in this show. Okay, we really haven't had romance in My Little Pony ever. You know, excluding Equestria Girls, which to me doesn't count anyway, as that series was its own species anyway. Of course, I'm not counting side character couples either. They were already established and their story of falling in love had already taken place. No, I'm talking about start to finish, pony meets pony, will they, won't they, full-blown romance. The swooning, the blushing, the embarrassment, the inner turmoil and angst. My Little Pony has seen none of these things outside of fanfiction. I'm not really complaining though. It was a nice break to have romance not be the main focus of a series or movie for once. It gave the writers an opportunity to really explore the main six as individuals outside of being romantic interests, and gave us as fans the freedom to ship these characters with whomever we wanted, including our own OCs. In adding a male pony to the mostly female main cast, however, the question is going to inevitably arise. Will they? Or won't they? Of course, the ship might take a completely different turn to create more LGBT representation in the show, but the question is still there, and honestly, I don't know how I feel about it. If done right, romance can be very entertaining and could create some interesting situations showing how the characters in question would handle a crush, or depicting them creating a healthy, supportive relationship. If done poorly, however, we get a completely different experience to where romance just becomes a distraction from the characters or the plot. Sometimes even both. I don't want Hasbro to just chuck in romance willy-nilly into My Little Pony because it sells. I want some meaningful, wholesome, remind me of my husband and I kind of romance. Make it real and make it mean something. People are probably going to lynch me for this, but I really don't like the show Friends, especially Ross and Rachel. The romance is nothing but severe miscommunication after severe miscommunication, and it's absolutely maddening. It makes all the episodes run together and leaves me sitting there bored out of my mind because it all became so ridiculously predictable. Oh no, not another Ross and Rachel fight. Whatever will we do? Compare that to, say, the romance of Burn Notice. No, the characters didn't really officially get together until the very end, and they had their fights and disagreements, but Michael and Fiona were unafraid to call each other out on their crap, just as they were unafraid to have each other's backs during pretty much any difficulty. I loved that romance because it was incredibly real. If Gen 5 can give me a Michael and Fiona romance and not another Ross and Rachel, I would be absolutely ecstatic. So, here are some features of a good MLP romance I'd like to see if Hasbro decides to greenlight the shipping spree. First, the characters are honest, and I'm not talking about them always telling each other the truth. I mean the characters feel real. If they're going to miscommunicate, have there be a reason behind it other than just, this character thought that other character meant something else and now they're angry. Maybe one pony has to keep a secret to protect somebody. Maybe one of them is a terrible communicator just by nature. There needs to be a reason behind the angst, or the angst is going to get really boring and tiresome, really fast. Secondly, we need a reason to root for these characters to get together. Why does this pony like the other one? What about this relationship makes it worth fighting for? Why this pony over all the other ponies? I remember my mom getting mad at The Princess and the Frog, because she could see why Naveen liked Tiana, but not why Tiana liked Naveen. It's gotta go both ways. Lastly, show. Don't tell. Holy cow, I can't express this enough. Don't have a character go on some monologue about how much they like this other character, but fail to show us as they go from having a crush to falling in love. I want to see them admiring their romantic interest and then hurrying back to work when they've been caught. I want to see them subtly putting the other's needs ahead of their own, in a healthy way, of course. Show us these little instances and you will have a very invested audience. Romance can be a tricky thing to write, so if Hasbro and their team are going to feature it in their show, I hope they'll do it justice. But what about you? What would you like to see if My Little Pony starts featuring more romance in their show? Let me know in the comments below. Also, this art piece and others are now available as prints that you can order from my new online store. Check out the link in the description below. A very special thank you to my awesome patrons: Director Shadow, Ram-Digijam, Kira Ledmoon, Cosmo the Space Dragon, Aragon Nightshade Blaze, Rocky Harmony, and Sakura the Kirin, and all my other supporters. You guys are absolutely amazing. Stay fluffy, my friends. See you next time. No. I'm talking about start to finish pony meets pony, will they, won't they. I want to see them admiring their romantic. Okay.